Patriots Day coming up just a few moments from right now. Before we do, highly encourage you to subscribe to the channel as we're bringing you daily news and rumors here on Patriots Today. And in the very near future, we're going to kick off some live shows and watch parties here on this growing channel as we push towards 4,000 subscribers. We're almost towards the finish line. It's coming down to a photo finish between who will get there first, Patriots Today or Texans Today. We've made significant progress. We're almost there, but we want to get there before Texans Today, and I believe we can. Subscribe now for free. Turn on notifications so you never miss a moment, and we'll get started with today's show. Patriots Today, my chat sports. Tyler Jones here. Thanks for joining us. On today's show, we're talking about a package deal. Could Dalvin Cook and DeAndre Hopkins be coming together to the New England Patriots? Dalvin Cook making an appearance on Adam Schefter's podcast this week, and he was asked about his plans going forward and what he's looking at in his future. And one idea that was brought up was about him and DeAndre Hopkins, who are the two top free agents remaining at this point in time, at least offensively anyway. Could we see a world where the two play together? And DeAndre Hopkins, we know he's had discussions with the New England Patriots, taking that visit last week. The Patriots potentially looking for additional options at the running back position after moving on from James Robinson. Could this work for New England? Well, Dalvin Cook said that he's talked about pairing up with DeAndre Hopkins. So what about New England? We'll get to that here in a second. Let's start with what Dalvin said on Schefter's show. If we end up on the same roster, that would be something epic for the NFL. Everybody knows who D-Hop is. You know what you're getting out of D-Hop, and you know what he is going to bring to your roster. It's the same thing for me. And he was one of those guys that I was going to reach out to because, I know he has got the same mindset as me, like we trying to go win. We're trying to go on the roster and trying to go contend. Now, think about this, folks. I think that we look at this situation, we say, hey, the Patriots, they've talked to DeAndre Hopkins, and the Patriots are in a position where they need help at running back and wide receiver both potentially. Obviously, you wonder how much money they can make work if they could turn $12 million of cap space into both DeAndre Hopkins and Dalvin Cook. That might be a reach. But you know that there's roster space available, that they could improve this roster, and that both guys potentially want to pair up. Maybe, possibly you could make that work. Because if you think about this, if they are a package deal, like Dalvin Cook is potentially talking about here, there's not a whole lot of places across the National Football League right now that would have the space available to make this work, to add both DeAndre Hopkins and Dalvin Cook. It would take a lot of shaking and moving around to make it work. But it's an interesting possibility anyway. We'll show you the numbers and some different things you need to know and what this Patriots team would look like with both guys in a moment. But first, our pinned comment today, can the Patriots sign DeAndre Hopkins and Dalvin Cook? Can they bring both guys into New England? Weigh in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Y for yes, N for no. Can the Patriots sign both DeAndre Hopkins and Dalvin Cook? Let me know what you think in the comment section. So Darren Hartwell of NBC Sports kind of put this all into perspective about the idea of both players, and this is what Hartwell said. So based on Cook's comments, does that mean the Patriots have a chance to land both Hopkins and Cook? It's not impossible. New England has about $15 million in cap space and probably could find a way to fit both players under its 2023 budget, but it also doesn't seem likely. And we've seen the conversations that have been made about DeAndre Hopkins wanting money similar to Odell Beckham Jr. With the Ravens, only $3 million is kind of against the cap this season. They kind of deferred that money for OBJ's case. So maybe you could draw up something similar for Dalvin Cook or DeAndre Hopkins as well. Cook leaving the Minnesota Vikings after beginning his career with that organization. The first 5 years of his NFL career was there. He was able to tally up 4 Pro Bowl appearances, including this season in 2022 for the former second-round pick out of Florida State. The numbers from Dalvin Cook still very impressive at this point in time, coming off a year where he had close to 1,200 yards rushing and about 4.5 yards per carry and 8 touchdowns. The year prior, his numbers included around just over 1,100 yards and 6 touchdowns. You go back to 2020 when he had 1,500 yards and 16 touchdowns. Probably unlikely you're going to see that again from Dalvin Cook, but obviously based on what he did last year, he still has something left to offer potentially, which could fit New England, what they're looking for. We know how much Bill Belichick loves to run the football. Bill O'Brien and company, you got to have multiple backs. Maybe you team up him with Stevenson together in that backfield. You're going to have a pretty good core as far as I'm concerned. Where will Dalvin Cook sign in NFL free agency? Is it New England? Is it somewhere else? We've seen the Miami Dolphins within the division brought up as a possibility. Some of the other teams out there as well. Where is Dalvin Cook going to go? Is it New England or is it somewhere else? Tell me in the comments section where ultimately you think Dalvin Cook is going to go. A lot of excitement in New England about Christian Gonzalez, the star rookie out of the University of Oregon, who's going to be one of the starting corners for the Patriots this season. And good news for you, Patriots fans. His jersey is on sale now while supplies last. Whether you like the traditional blue or white, maybe you want to throw it back to the red, which is my personal favorite. Any of those are all available now while supplies last, and you can get yours right in time for the NFL season as well. Get yours today. Be supporting Christian Gonzalez, a jersey that you can wear for a very long time as he just now begins his career with the Patriots. You can get yours at chatsports.com/PatsJersey. That's chatsports.com/PatsJersey to get yours today while supplies last. In all likelihood, I think you could sign one or the other, whether it's DeAndre Hopkins or Dalvin Cook, but probably not both guys. I know that Dalvin Cook and DeAndre Hopkins, they may be talking, and they may be saying, hey, it'd be cool if we could pair up somewhere together, but the most likely scenario is probably not going to present a situation where they're both paid for and taken care of and on a contending team. That just doesn't seem like all of those dominoes can fall in place at this late in the juncture in the offseason at this point in time. If I have to choose one or the other, I'll take DeAndre Hopkins. Bigger need for New England, that wide receiver position at this point, but I think you'd be happy to have either guy. Now, let's throw a what-if out there. Let's just say that you could get Dalvin Cook and DeAndre Hopkins. What would the Patriots offense look like? Well, it'd be pretty lethal if you ask me. With Mac Jones, Stevenson, and Cook there, D-Hop and Juju, along with Devontae Parker and company. And then, of course, we already know about the tight ends as well with what Belichick and Bill O'Brien are planning with running some 12 personnel there. There'd be no excuses for Mac Jones to not have an awesome season, for this offense to be one of the better offenses in the league if they could find a way to pull this off. Pick one to sign if you had to choose between the two. You going with Dalvin Cook or are you going with DeAndre Hopkins? Tell me which one you rather have in New England. C for Dalvin Cook, H for DeAndre Hopkins. Let me know which one you think, DeAndre Hopkins or Dalvin Cook. C for Dalvin Cook, H for DeAndre Hopkins. Hit me up on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Tyler Jones Live. That's where you can find me talking about your New England Patriots. And I shall see you next time right here on Patriots Today.